This is why wars are happening. We have programs talking about need for peace. At the same time, on the other side of the street, they are selling arms. Do you see the hypocrisy here? We are sitting on top of a threat of nuclear disaster. Who created this? Humankind. Humankind is living a dangerous life. What I'm trying to guide you to the fact that we are not against something. We cannot be against something because all the time we have conflict with ourselves and others. Instead, we can live through acceptance. We can live through love, with kindness, compassion, acceptance, self-acceptance, self-respect, self-esteem. We are living and showing the world that life can be different.
Hi everyone, I'm Amira Al-Noor. I'm starting with an introduction about Mohanji. He is not promoting any religion or religious views, even though he is from a Hindu background. Hindu path is a path of acceptance and respects all religions. Mohanji is a practicing Hindu, but has followers from all paths. Mohanji is creating a huge impact in the world through his acts of kindness, as well as presence through his foundation, ACT Foundation. Their representatives are visible in almost all the calamity-ridden places, including Ukraine, Turkey, Morocco, when earthquake hit those places. Mohanji is working in all continents with his like-minded team members in all 6 continents of the world. Mohanji Youth Club is his team of youth to empower youth of the world to give stability to their society beyond all man-made barriers. Even though Mohanji started his public life in only 2012, it has already impacted the world in a very large way, and his activities and relevance have reached a large part of the world. He is a practicing vegan because he believes that a world of kindness and coexistence is essential to have harmony in personal life. He practices nonviolence as a lifestyle. Hello, Mohanji.
Hello.
I want to start with a very important question that when will wars end?
When will wars end? When the arms supply ends, wars will end. That's a direct answer. When supply of arms ends, wars will end. Countries are not manufacturing weapons for peaceful purposes. Why are people manufacturing so much of weapons in the world? Countries are manufacturing weapons, selling weapons. People are buying weapons. They are not buying it for peaceful purposes. So if you have to call a spade, there will be peace on earth when the supply of arms end. As simple as that.
Why is the word in loggerheads always?
That's greed, selfishness, and also lack of understanding that everybody in the world deserves to sleep peacefully. My life is as important as everybody else's life. We are all same. Doesn't matter which country we are born, doesn't matter what language we speak, what path we believe in, what is our religious inclination, but we are human beings. End of the day, we all like to live our full life, have full effect in life, effective life. It is important that we all have our peaceful existence, coexistence. If that's forgotten, when greed takes over, when people live in ignorance as political leaders and the leaders or the rulers who believe in supremacy, live in ignorance that they can conquer the earth. It's complete ignorance. Nobody can conquer earth. Earth stays as it is with or without us. Even after our death, earth will be the same. Earth will be earth. We are here only for a small, short life, short period of time. So if this understanding does not happen, conquests happen, wars happen, bloodshed happen. and also displacements, agony, death. That's all because of ignorance. We forget what we are here for. We are here only to experience an earthly existence as long as it takes, as long as we live. That's all what we can do here. We can't conquer anything. We cannot own anything. We cannot own relationships. We cannot own places. We cannot own positions. We cannot own anything. So, if this understanding is there in the hearts of the rulers, we'll have peaceful existence. Why the world is like this today and why the earlier generations did what they did to create the anarchy and to create the kind of situations that we experience today, the history that I'm talking about, that's all because of ignorance. Today, the youth should come out of ignorance and tell what is needed in life. What is needed in life essentially is a peaceful existence, peaceful coexistence, harmony, togetherness, love, kindness. This is what we need today. And we should forget the divisions. There should be no countries. There should be no barriers. Goodness factor should shine forth. Being kind should glow from within. So there could be a better world. And the leaders have to take notice that the time has changed. The world needs a different outlook. People need to think differently. And the world has to provide for the aspirations of the youth now. Aspiration of a peaceful coexistence and a full life without fear. Fear of war, fear of displacement, fear of bloodshed, fear of losing the family, death. This is important now. It's time this is voiced properly, told properly, effectively. It's essential today. We all should live. We will all die anyway. We'll all die, but we can die peacefully. We don't have to die unnaturally with a bomb falling on the head. So this is particularly a very, very important thing to consider, especially as the youth of today. This has to be considered, told, lived.
As you mentioned, we all deserve to live our full life with peace and harmony. We love our families and friends. So then why are our countries are at war?
Supply of weapons, because weapon manufacturers are not making weapons for bringing peace. They are making weapons for the sake of profits. And when they sell weapons, weapons are to be used. Only when weapons are used, they can sell more. So how can you use weapons? Wars. That's why wars. And supremacy. And instigation of action through emotion. Terrible. Instigation of action through emotion, like using religion as a tool. Bringing in religious emotions connected to religions or religious feelings. They are all dangerous because people become blind. They do things which harm people. Anything which harms people is not a good idea. That's not ethics. That's not morality. Anything which nurtures, brings love in people, brings togetherness, sharing, caring, that's right. That's the right philosophy. Anything that separates, anything that harms, anything divides is not right philosophy. Everybody can follow whichever path they like. There are various options given to the world, to the people, various religions. For those people who love their path, their religion, it's good for them. Nobody has the right to say something is right, something is wrong. Nobody has the right to say something is good, something is bad. Everything is good for somebody. And we respect it. A culture of respect should start from the youth today. A culture of respect where we learn to respect all paths, all people, all colors, all denominations, everything. Once we start respecting everybody, all the people who walk this earth should call a spade at the right time. What the world needs today is the right attitude. The right attitude. The ability to say something which is not right is not right. We should be able to say, this is not right. What is not right? Harming somebody is not right. Taking lives is not right. Abusing anybody's position because of supremacy over them is not right. Enslaving is not right. Trafficking is not right. Abuse of animals are not right. Destruction of environment is not right. We can see that happening, and we can't just lie down and say not everything is okay. We must speak, because many of them cannot speak. They don't know how to speak. They are voiceless. They are made voiceless because they have been taught not to speak, not to ask. Ask. Speak the right thing. Everything that is harmonious, everything that brings love, kindness, compassion, selflessness, goodness, righteousness is right. This is exactly what we should tell the world and practice in the world. Righteousness and goodness should be a practice right from childhood. Beyond religion, I'm talking about activities and lifestyle beyond religions. You can follow any religion you like. That's up to you. You can choose or reject any religion. This is up to you. But you are important. Your life is important. If you do not live, there is no religion or there is nothing. When you are dead, everything is gone. Live. Important to live. Important to live a full life. Important to have an effective life. This is our birthright. So, why are countries in the loggerheads? Is because of ignorance, because of greed, because of intolerance, and because of some kind of selfishness, and sometimes because of power-hungry politicians.
Yes, thank you so much. My next question is also related to the previous ones and the answers. Why should there be bloodshed and displacements in the world?
I think I answered that question already. The reason is ignorance. Somebody is higher than you or somebody is lesser than you. While in reality, all people are equal to you. The saint and the sinner, or the good and the bad, or any colors, any religion, any path, any country, people of all these places, they are all same. They are all same. Each person's life is important for them. Each child's life is important for the mother. You see? So you look at the whole world and you will see that life is important. Living the life is more important. And our existence today is very important for us. Effective existence, that means while living, being effective is very important. We can't be the hangover of some past emotion, somebody's idea, some dogma, some concept. We can't be, because they are all binding us. They are all deluding us. They are not giving us clarity. So when something does not give us clarity, when something breeds confusion, that's not good for us. Why is there bloodshed? Somebody decides the other person is not important. Other country is not important. We are important. Wrong understanding. Along with it, the supply of weapons. People spend huge money, countries spend huge money as budget for wars, for procuring arms. And what are these arms for? Using. Using on whom? People, fellow citizens of the world. You know, when one race decides other races are not important, it's 100% based on ignorance. Not only people, all the beings of the earth, all the people, all the beings, every being on earth have the same right over earth. We are not better because we use intelligence and imagination. Human beings are not better. One word I can say today, very important for all the youth, all the people who are listening, is to take up responsibility. What is responsibility? Primarily, you should live. Secondly, others should live. This is our responsibility. When we are living, our hearts are beating, we have the right to exist here on earth as long as it takes. Same way, all the people have the right to exist. Everybody. So live and let live. This is a primary responsibility every child must understand. Then they will not be eager to kill. They will think twice before they harm anybody. They will stop and think that person's life is as important as my life. That person is the son or daughter of somebody. If that person dies, somebody will cry. Just like when I die, somebody will cry. Like that. Everybody is born here to have an experience on earth or experience earth. Everybody. Then why are there wars? Because we don't value others' lives. Same is happening in abattoirs. So many animals are slaughtered. Blood is all over earth. Blood of animals. When we have no feeling, when we kill an animal, we will have no feeling to kill a human being because we are getting trained in killing. When we snatch a child of a pig or a cow or a sheep and kill them and eat them, we do not think or see the agony of the mother who lost her child. We should feel. We are human beings. We should be responsible. We should feel. When a child is taken away from a mother, it's death for the mother. The heart sinks. They die. It's agony. The worst pain in anybody's life is to lose own child or own children. We are inflicting that as we speak. Now in many countries, the calving season is happening as we speak. About 2 million calves today, born today, tomorrow, yesterday, are slaughtered because they want the mother's milk. Lactating mothers are producing the milk for their children. 2 million children are slaughtered every year in one country alone. In another country, about 7 million calves are slaughtered as we speak. In another country, 8 million, billions of animals are slaughtered every year. How many mothers are crying? How many mothers' hearts are sinking? How many mothers live the rest of their life almost like dead, depressed? Who's creating this situation in the world? We are creating. Human beings are creating. All of us are responsible. We do captive hunting, canned hunting, killing for pleasure. No animal does this in the world. Killing for pleasure. They hunt only when they are hungry. We kill. Trigger happy. This is happening in the world. This is why wars are happening. And we have conferences, we have programs talking about peace, peaceful existence, need for peace. At the same time, on the other side of the street, they are selling arms. Do you see the hypocrisy here? Youth should understand. Youth should speak. Say that we don't want this anymore. We want to have a full life. We are not born to be killed. We are not born to be targets for trigger happy countries. We are not target practice. People should speak. We talk about religions, talk about Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, Russia. What's behind all this? Arms supply. Supply of arms. Manufacturing of weapons. Religions and the effect comes later. There is a cause. Not only that, when there is a wound because of somebody's bad action, that wound lasts a long time, sometimes through generations. Parents transfer the wound to the next generation, then the next generation, then the next generation. The generations continue. The wounds last. Sometimes these wounds create more wounds. Revenge, again, sales of arms, manufacturing weapons. We are sitting on top of a threat of nuclear disaster. Who creates this? Who created this? Humankind. Humankind is living a dangerous life. I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but I want to sound like a realistic person. What is happening in the world today? Youth should understand. Don't follow the narratives that a war is necessary. We have to be winning. I will take revenge on the other country. Who wants all this except politics? Who wants to revenge? Ask an average citizen, do you want food or you want gun? They will say, I want food. If you ask a child, would you like to have a garden or a playground, or you want a war field? They will say, I want a playground. I want a garden. For a toddler, you give a rabbit and an apple. The child will play with the rabbit and eat the apple, not the other way around. But the moment the child becomes an adult, he'll kill the rabbit, become insensitive. Who gives insensitivity? Our society, which tells that we must kill and eat. We don't care about the life of another. But every being wants to live their full life. No animal goes to the abattoir happy and smiling, oh, somebody is now taking my life away. No, they struggle, they fight to survive. They are caught, they are bound, they are tortured, they are killed. This is why wars are happening. The training ground is happening, training is happening in every city, every town, every village, in every abattoir. Training to kill. And that spills over, because when there is a demand for flesh of an animal, there is demand for life of a being. We don't care about life. That's what's spilling over to taking human lives. That is what. They use religions as a weapon. Religions are used as a weapon to trigger emotions. When emotions run out, people become blind. Blind people sees nothing. They just swing into action and they go around destroying things. That's what we see in the world. It's an explosive state. Why I'm discussing this now is that we must talk the right thing. If we want world peace, we should completely delete hypocrisy. Call a spade, and the youth should stand up and say, no more violence. Done. We don't want it anymore. No destruction. Everybody should live together, following their path as per their frequency, as per their liking, following their religion. And please remember, religion is for people, not people for religion. Today, people are made as weapons of religion, as army of religion. It's not so. Religion is a connection or a link between man and God. That's the end of it. Life is different. You choose life and choose a path which suits you. Any religion, no problem. But you can't say other paths are wrong. Other people are wrong. Methods are wrong. We have no right to say that, because everything is useful for somebody. Somebody is happy with that path. Let it be so. Who are we to judge? We are nobody to judge. And nobody should enter our zone also. We have our privacy zones. Everybody. We have the right to have privacy zones. And we should follow that.
Can youth of a country really impact like grown-ups or the whole society? And what is the responsibility of the youth today? What should we do as a youth of a country?
I'm trying to give clarity to the youth. I'm not trying to create an army or a weapon. What I'm telling the youth is that know yourself first, who you are, what exactly you need in life, not your job or your education. You have to have a peaceful existence. You should be able to enjoy this life that you're living here. You should be able to accept and relish yourself, whether it is a youth or an adult or anybody. They all deserve that. What I'm trying to guide youth to the fact that we are not against something. We cannot live being against something because all the time we have conflict with ourselves and others. Instead, we can live through acceptance. We can live through love, with kindness, compassion, acceptance, self-acceptance, self-respect, self-esteem. So, if you have a generation who believes in self respect, self acceptance, we love everybody, accept everybody, and we reject exploitation, we reject division, we reject barriers connected to man's imagination, man made barriers. We reject them and we unify ourselves with everything, and we look at everybody as ourselves, and we collectively bring the world together. The world will have peace. Otherwise, we are talking peace but not believing in it. There's a story that in a country there was no rain. So the king called some wise people to do some rituals to attract rain. And the wise men told, after 21 days of this ritual, rain will come. After 21 days, the rituals are over, and everybody of the village or the city came together to one huge ground, expecting to see the rain. Nobody brought an umbrella except a child. What does that mean? Only that boy believed there will be rain, and it rained. 99% of the crowd did not bring an umbrella. They never believed it. So if you do an action without believing in it, it will be weak. Only 1% believed. That's exactly how the world works. We should have kindness and we should believe in what we do. If we don't believe in something that we do, don't do it. That way you are authentic. You are living your true self, true existence. Very important. We have to remain authentic till we die. If we fake it, if we don't believe in it, the world will see it more than us. We may think that, okay, I'm faking it and nobody is noticing. Everybody will notice because the world has eyes to see. We forget that. And this religious fundamental attitude or lack of spiritual understanding simply means you are walking, talking, spiritual being. In other words, you have an energy inside you. As long as the energy is inside, we call it life. And when the energy leaves, we call it death. That understanding is being spiritual. And while you have life, what you are supposed to do here is to experience life in its full potential. Not just eat, drink, fight, die. Instead, every moment, life is bringing you different flavors, different things. Cherish it, relish it, experience it, and that way your life becomes complete. You have a good existence. You will feel, okay, I had a good life, I'm happy, I'm contented. Everybody should feel so. Everybody should feel contented, for which self-acceptance is very important. We have activities in many countries, and why we are connecting, it's not about rituals connected to spirituality. That is all personal choices. How many hours you meditate or what you do. But I always say, make sure every day you do some good work, being good, doing good, so that your life will be meaningful. You will have peace of mind. There will be inner purity. When you live selflessly, the main advantage is that you'll have inner purity. When you live selfishly, you will feel contaminated, heavy. That's exactly what I'm telling the world. It's no secret, it's no rocket science. Being selfless enhances you, stabilizes you, makes you powerful, makes you glow bright. That's what I'm telling the youth. And it's not about spiritual practices. I follow my own path, what I like to follow, what suits me, but I don't insist that everybody should follow what I follow. I have no right to do that. I have a lot of friends in the world. I am more accepted as friend in the world. That's because I don't impose myself on anybody. I don't have to. Why should I? I'm not insecure. Only if I'm insecure, I have to tell you should do what I do. I am not insecure. I tell you, you do what is good for you. That's okay. If you are happy with what you do, you will be contented. When you are contented, you are effective. And when you are effective, you are stable. And when you are stable, your society is stable. Your house is stable. Home is stable. People around you are stable because you are giving stability. But when what is good for you harms other people, that's not good for the society. That we must be careful. When our life or what we like to do affects other people adversely, then that's not good. For example, when we are having our happiness, when other beings are in sorrow, like for example, we slaughter and kill an animal and deny the life of an animal, but I am happy, but somebody died for you, that's not good. That's why I am practicing vegan, because I cannot accept that somebody should die for me to live. I look at all beings as somebody, not something. They have a life, they have a family, they have children, they have connections, they have feelings. I respect it. I cannot call them something because it hurts me when I look at any being as something. I look at them as somebody, and I can't kill somebody for my survival. So, coexistence, very important. Harmony, very important. Respect is important. This is what I feel as most important. Above everything, responsibility. That's what is most important. If we live responsibly, we will never destroy anything. We will never harm anything. We will not hurt ourselves nor other beings. Important.
Thank you. You said do good, be good, and do good to youth. So apparently, this is an essential sentence in NYC too. So the sentence "do good." What does that mean? If youth are going to be guided to do good things, what are these good things? Because maybe based on different cultures, different countries, it might be different for youth to do. Apparently, not all of them can do the same things. So, what is your suggestions to youth? That how they can do more good activities towards their society and environment.
Well, first of all, as I said, live responsibly. Do not waste anything. Do not waste water, do not waste electricity, do not waste even tissue paper. When you waste tissue paper, more trees are being cut to make more tissue paper. So we must be very careful about our life. Not that we restrict ourselves and don't use it or suffocate ourselves. Use it, use everything, but responsibly. When we waste money, waste things, it's not going to help you in the long run. One. Second is that being good means whatever enhances you, expands you, makes you feel lighter, makes you feel powerful, that's good for you. So whatever you feel, when you selflessly, unselfishly love other beings, share your home or share your food with other people, other beings, you feel expanded. Your self-esteem will grow, and that will help you to stabilize in this world. Stability in life is your birthright. Stability is your birthright. And when you are stable, you are effective. When you are effective, you have contentment. And contentment is the most important thing in everybody's life. Money cannot promise contentment. Relationships cannot promise contentment. Position in the world cannot promise contentment. Possessions cannot promise contentment. So nothing practically can promise contentment. But when you feel relevant in other people's lives, when you become the world to somebody who has no hope in life, imagine you become the world to somebody who is starving. When you provide food, they will look at you as God who brought food for them. What will you feel? What is your gain? The grace factor, the contentment factor. That's how you can make a difference in the world. You can share love, you can share time, you can share food, you can share money. What you have in abundance, you can share. That will help you to be stable members of the world, stable individuals of the world. And that will help you to be effective, being good, doing good. That's exactly how you can live. So, this way, if you practice life, I'm saying practicing life in this way, you will have an effective life, and that way you will be very, very happy. That's something which I can ensure that you will find happiness. You will have social relevance. People respect you. When they see you, they become happy. Hey, this is the person who loves us and asks nothing from us. You know, unconditional love is powerful. It's very effective. I'm living it. I expect nothing from people. I share what I have. If I don't have something to share, I tell them I don't have it. So, honesty, trustworthiness, they all add to effectiveness. You know, if you can't do something, it's fine. If you don't have something, it's fine. But if you're honest, you're trustworthy, you're unconditional, you're unselfish, that gives you effectiveness. I think we should always think about a life which is uncomplicated. It's not practicing something which is very complicated and tiring. Instead, make it simple. Be honest, be humble. That's effective. And when you are effective, you have a good life.
Yeah. Thank you. I have my last question. How can we make the world understood that we don't need and we don't want wars?
Today, we are in a social media time. Everybody's voice can be heard. More so, collective voice are heard more. So, we must talk. We must collectively express. We must come together as birds of same feather and talk to the world. No more of nonsense. No more of bloodshed. So much of money spent for making weapons, selling weapons, buying weapons should be stopped. Instead, do something for environment. We deserve a good life. Next generation deserves a good life. And the coming generations cannot live if we are so insensitive in the world. If we live insensitively, if we harm this earth so much, there will be no way the coming generations can exist peacefully. It will be a sick generation or generations of ineffective people. They don't have good health, they don't have clarity, they will be confused, and they'll be probably victimized or at least manipulated by those in power. We don't want any of these. We need to have good environment, good air to breathe. One of the major reasons for stronger, bigger animals or the beings who walked this earth was because of oxygen. They say when the dinosaurs were walking this earth, the oxygen level was 40% plus in the air. Now it is 13% and it's polluted. So that is already contaminated our bodies, our living spaces, like that. And also, we must know that we have to accept everybody. Nobody only good, nobody only bad, nobody is only ugly. We are all a mixture. All of us are good, bad, and the ugly. So, We cannot judge too much. We should not judge. We should not criticize. We should not gossip. We should not do character assassination. All these things contaminate us more than the others. So we have to live a life of harmony and peace and acceptance, self acceptance and accepting other beings, so that we have a peaceful existence. And we must talk on the social media more and more about what life should be, what's the net worth we are looking for with our existence on earth. We must speak and bring people together and talk to youth and bring them out of confusion, give them clarity, so that you can have a society or a group of people with absolute clarity what they have to do in this world, so that themselves and the next generation live peacefully with good air to breathe, good water to drink, good food to have, etc. And also, the appetite for meat has destroyed earth. The animals which are killed for meat, lots of grains, and they are killed. And that same grain, if we distribute to the people, everybody will be sleeping with their belly full. Nobody will sleep hungry. So we have to reconsider, reinvent our lifestyle. It can't be unconscious existence. We cannot live unconsciously. We cannot harm and hurt all the beings of earth. We cannot harm and hurt the environment. So these are things which we should understand. Tell people. I'm not asking everybody to be vegan, but at least they should be aware that all the beings who died for them had a family, had a need for a living, had craved for a good life. But we denied them, and that sin has gone to the blood of everybody. So we must make them understand that life is like that, and then we need to cultivate a kind of culture and harmonious existence, like what we're doing now with MYC, that we are all together for a larger cause. It is nothing religious, it has nothing to do with practices, it's to do with lifestyle. A lifestyle of harmony, lifestyle of coexistence. We are not against any religion. Instead, we are living and showing the world that life can be different, life can be better. I'll tell you a story useful to think how we can handle a situation. This is a very common story, and it has been told many times over. See, there was a old students meet in a university. The earlier students, they left the university about 15-20 years ago. They decided to come together and honor their teachers and meet the friends who are all in different places doing different things. They are all in their own life. They are all happy. So they united and they decided to honor the teachers. So one of the teachers came. So one boy came, one man, now he's already working and he's a teacher himself, came up to the teacher and said, "Sir, do you remember me?" So this teacher is old. So he said, "I can't remember you." So he said, I was in your class, and because of you, I have become a teacher. Because of your way of doing things inspired me to become a teacher. So he said, "What did I do?" Then he said, "Do you remember that rich boy, and he had worn a watch, and I got really attracted to the watch and I wanted that watch, and it's too expensive. So there's no way you can get it." During the lunch time, when he had removed the watch and gone to the toilet, this boy stole the watch. The guy who owned the watch came back. The watch wasn't there. So he told the teacher, "I lost my watch. Somebody stole it from my class." So he was the teacher. The teacher whom he was talking to, the old man, was the teacher. Then he said, "Anybody who has taken the watch, please return it." Nobody did anything. Nobody stood up. So he said, "Okay, close the door." Then said, "Everybody stand in line." He said, "Close your eyes." And he started searching everybody's pocket. And in one boy's pocket, he found the watch. He took out the watch and he came back and he said, "Okay, everybody go back to their desks." They went back. He asked this boy who lost the watch, "Is this your watch?" So he said yes and gave it to him. Then he said, "Okay, now you continue." And the studies continued. Not even one word he told to the boy who stole the watch. Nothing. So the boy was expecting a punishment for stealing the watch, but nothing was told. He kept quiet, and boy kept quiet, And then next day also, the boy was expecting today the teacher will call and scold him. Next day also, next week, next month, nothing, no discussion. But the boy was burning inside who stole the watch. But no discussion. And the course ended, school ended, everybody parted, still no discussion. Then he said, "Sir, I was so surprised. You found the watch in my pocket, but you never scolded me, never told anything. You did not ridicule me in front of people, in front of other students. I would have probably been completely lost with this guilt and other things, but you said nothing. Nobody in the class knew I stole it, and nobody ever treated me differently. You didn't treat me differently. So, how come? Now I am telling you because I am a teacher myself." He said, "My son, when I told all of you to close your eyes, I also closed my eyes. I didn't want to know who did it. Because if I knew it, I may feel something against you. I didn't want it because I wanted to continue to teach all of you." So, this is how teaching should be. And the boy understood the lesson so well without any punishment. You see, this is what we should implement in the world. We should not convict people, punish people, harm people, ridicule people. We should not bring guilt in people so that the society will be thriving with harmony. People can make mistakes. We are human beings. Nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Neither are you perfect. Nobody is perfect. We don't have to be perfect. We have all emotions, all feelings, everything. But we should not call anybody a thief. Anybody, we should not victimize anybody, harm anybody. We should accept people, guide people, nurture people, talk to people, be with people so that we have a beautiful coexistence across the world. And that will bring peace in the world. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your explanation. It was a great meeting. Thank you, Mohanji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.